Good evening, everybody. It is about 6 p.m. On New Year's Eve, and I have just finished my 3 miles for the 1,000 mile challenge. Um, that's 70 miles. 70 miles behind me. 930 miles yet to go. Sounds like a lot, but I'm excited. I am. I've made a lot of progress. I was just watching a podcast talking about volume. It's about the volume, and it really be one of a couple of different resources that I that helped me change my approach. So I'm excited about that. I just totally agree with this. When I first started this thing, I banged out 3, and after a long day, and then the next day I had like a really crazy hard work day, and then I banged out 3 more when I came home. But then the next day it's like arthritis and everything kicked up, and really couldn't walk hardly. So that put me out of commission for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I did my 3 miles the first 2 days, killed me. And it wasn't in the moment, because physically at the moment I could have done more, right? But the cumulative exercise over those 2 days, combined with what I did with work, took me out of commission for 5 days. Heat and pad, massage therapy, hot and cold, stretching, trying really conscious about what I'm doing at work all day long. Just arthritis, anti-inflammatory medications, out of commission. I mean, I got handicapped. But being behind the 8 ball like that does not sit well with me. Does not. And just by luck, I was listening to a podcast, and it reminded me of something that I had heard before. The volume of workout can be more important sometimes than the hitting your max rep. So, me committing myself to this 1,000-mile challenge, I need to think about completing 1,000 miles in a year more than completing 1,000 miles in a day, right? So, what I did though was I said, say I could do whatever. Say 10 push-ups was the maximum amount of push-ups I can do. Okay. Just throwing that number out there. 10 push-ups. That was it. That is the limit. I could not do 11 if I wanted to. And so, if you do that max, you're not going to be able to do anything the next day. You're not going to be able to do anything the day after that. You might be out 3 or 4 days. For example, I did my 6, and I was out 5 days. Now, obviously, the more you work out, and a diet and all these other factors can help shrink your overall health, but it's still the standard policy. You're going to have a day of recovery at least. Otherwise, you didn't hit your max. So the other school of thought, though, is rather than doing that and being out of commission for 5 days where I only hit 6 miles, is I do 1 mile. I'm going to take a break and go do something else. And then I do another mile. And then take a break and go do something else. And I do another mile. And then take a break and go do something else. And I do another mile. And you see what I'm saying? So I never take myself to that point. Wouldn't matter what my work day was like. Even if on the days I've had extremely physical work days, there might be some stiffness and some discomfort, but it didn't put me out of commission again. Certainly not for 5 days. But the first day I attempted that new approach, I did 6 miles, which is what I had done the whole previous 2 days in 1 day. 1 day. And a ton of other stuff got knocked out. A ton of other goals were crushed. And the next day I did 3 more. And the next day I did 3 more. And the next day I did 3 more. I accumulated it and went from 6 miles in the first week to 25 miles in the second week. That is some serious progress. Now, I continued with that effort, continued with that momentum. I managed to bump it up to 30 miles the following week. So I went from doing 6 miles to 25 to 30. Well, that is an amazing improvement right there. Especially with work, Christmas holidays and all. I mean, it's just busy, to say the least. Tons of remodeling I have trying to get behind me, and just lots of stuff. So very little downtime to have accomplished 55 miles in the span of like 12 days, or 14 days, sorry. That's pretty good. Now, I felt fine. I did feel tired, but I started to see little circles, little cycles, where I'd be really strong for about 3-4 days, and then, or I'd be really strong for like 2 or 3 days, and then I would do my minimum for about 4 days. And then I'd be really strong and do about 2 or 3 days, and I'd be really strong, and then I'd do my minimum for about 4 days. And so, to be sure I don't have those days where I can't get my 3, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and dial it back and hold my 3 and plug along until I hit this 70-mile threshold, which is where I'm at now. I had a super busy, super blessed holiday experience the last couple weeks. Just big goals for me has been spending some serious time with my kids. Just been working and been out there grinding it out for quite a while, and I just want to make some changes. I want that time, you know. So that was amazing, but I still hit my goals. I still did my work. I did my 40 plus all my drive time and all my side jobs that are remodeling to do at the house, and tons of goals and tons of work on social media stuff, and just like all over the place. Lots and lots of serious hardcore production just by continuing that. Do a mile, do something else, do a mile, do something else, do a mile, do something else. Like educational, like working on things that pertain specifically to my craft every day, like huge accomplishments, cumulative. So I'm really liking this volume approach versus the one more rep approach. Instead of destroying your max or trying to destroy your max, getting that one more rep in, it's the volume. So if we take it back to the push-ups, if I was only able to do my 10 push-ups every 3 days, that means I'm going to get maybe 2-3 workouts if I'm lucky in a week, depending on how the days of the week fall, right? That could be 20 or 30 push-ups for the whole week. If I did only 5 push-ups, but I was able to do them every day, now that means that I could do 35 at a minimum. So I beat the best case scenario already because of the volume. And when we're talking about getting 1,000 miles under my belt, the volume is what's kind of more important. So on that volume note, there's a whole lot of statistics, there's a whole lot of numbers, and I'm going to start collecting more and more research so I can break this down for you guys really well, because I'm not that guy. I'm not a doctor. I just have practice. I spend a whole lot of time hurting, so I'm learning a whole lot about healing, and that's all you can do. The volume, the cumulative 1,000 miles, the cumulative 25-mile weeks, 30-mile weeks, the number of calories you're going to burn, the amount of spikes in your metabolism, the more well-conditioned your joints and the muscle groups and the small twitch fibers and all the heart, the amount of times the heart gets to expand and contract and start to produce a greater volume of blood flow. And there's so many things across the board. There's so many wins here. Your dietary restrictions, you can make better adjustments there. Just like eating sugar, you have that high and that low and you feel that crash. Well, if you eliminate as much of that stuff out the way and you stay your focus on getting that volume, you're going to find a more even keel, happy growth that's not going to have diminishing returns, because you can only go so far so fast. At some certain point, you're going to end up with a negative repercussion, like an injury, or if you work one specific muscle group too much, then another muscle group isn't getting the nutrients it needs. I mean, it's just it's math, you know, and unfortunately all the math is done inside of our bodies, and we can't see the formulas, and everybody's is just a little bit different, and nobody's plan works exactly the same for the other guy as it does for you. So we got to like really navigate it and work the system and count. So I made a spreadsheet, I made a couple of spreadsheets, and I'm going to keep making these videos, and I'm going to keep growing, and I'm going to keep increasing, and I'm going to keep letting you guys know how it goes. Because I honestly believe that every single person in this world's life would be better if they did 1,000 miles a year. That's it. It's only 3 miles a day. I'm in a better mood. I sleep less. I have more energy. I accomplish more goals. I spend more quality time with my family. I get more done at work. I'm more pleasant just to be around. I'm building better relationships with people that I hardly wouldn't have even talked to before. I'm just in a better mood all day, every day, collectively. Every single day. And this is only the beginning. This isn't even the first 30 days. I'm only at 25 days right now. What's going to happen in 2 months, at 3 months? And this domino effect just continues to grow. There's a whole lot of things going on. And I think that over time, you guys hopefully will see the improvement in the videos I'm making. They'll become more clear and more concise. Hopefully you'll see some physical change in my body over time. I should lose some of this extra weight. Even the little remodeling and stuff I need to do that's always in the background. There's tons of things going on right now. But, you know, little by little, I'll share all that with you. But every day, I'm going to get my 3 in, and I'm going to tell you guys how it goes. I hope you all have a blessed New Year's Eve. I hope you guys have a happy, safe holidays out there driving and traveling, visiting family. I'm going to try to share all the links to different types of social media that I have out here, so that way you guys have an opportunity to follow me and find other platforms so you can see collectively all the data instead of video. The video take you forever to watch. But I hope you're successful. You crush your goals. I'm going to keep letting you know how mine go. God bless. Happy holidays. I'll talk to you again soon.